Making headlines. The President inaugurates the new water supply and sewerage network services on Hodaddu. The President reveals the administration will commence disbursing approximately $32.4 million next week to local companies contracted for various projects. And the President assures that the disputes between the local fishermen and Hodaddu Island Council regarding the proposed fish processing plant will be resolved amicably.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. Hello and welcome to PSM News in English with me, Utma Mahmood. Looking into the details, President Dr. Mohammad Muiz reveals the administration will commence disbursing approximately $32.4 million next week to local companies contracted for various projects. This payment represents a portion of the total amount owed to private entities that have successfully completed their projects.
In his address to the residential community of Hodaddu, Gafdal Atoll, President Dr. Mohammad Muiz reassured local businesses by confirming that the government will begin disbursing funds to various companies. He said this move marks a significant step in supporting private entities during financially challenging times. President Dr. Muiz highlighted the challenges faced by his administration due to the 2024 state budget, which he stated was not formulated to allow his incoming administration to carry out developmental work. He asserted the budget was designed by the outgoing administration to create operational difficulties for his team. President Dr. Muiz clarified that numerous developmental projects had to be suspended due to budget constraints, resulting in significant delays to ongoing efforts. Citing the financial challenges faced by many local private entities, the President assured that the government would commence payments next week to companies contracted for various projects. He said that the government will commence disbursing approximately $32.4 million to Maldivian companies, including small and medium-sized enterprises, next week. He added that numerous companies have completed projects without receiving due payment from the government. He assured that the administration is working to complete disbursing all due payments before the commencement of the fasting month of Ramadan.
President Dr. Mohammad Muiz officially inaugurates the new water supply and sewerage network services on Hodaddu, Gafdal Atoll, marking a significant milestone in the island's infrastructure development.
The project to develop the water supply and sewerage network on Hodaddu began on 13 June 2022, funded through a line of credit from the Export-Import Bank of India. Executed by India-based Triveni Engineering and Industries Limited, the project cost over $4.9 million. The project encompassed the installation of 5 pump stations for the sewerage network, a sea outfall system, and the development of a water and sewerage network pipe system, all interconnected with residential and commercial properties. 2 reverse osmosis RO plants with a daily capacity of 75 tons of water and 2 water storage tanks were also installed. Hodaddu, an island with approximately 800 residents, has long endured significant challenges due to the absence of a proper sewerage network, especially during the rainy season. The newly inaugurated infrastructure is anticipated to mitigate these issues, thereby significantly enhancing the quality of life for the community.
President Dr. Mohammad Muiz assures the residents of Hodaddu, Gafdal Atoll that the disputes between the local fishermen and the island council regarding the proposed fish processing plant will be resolved amicably. He provided this assurance while addressing the community during his ongoing 3-day tour of various islands in the Hodaddu Atoll.
In his address, President Dr. Muiz acknowledged the residents' concerns about the delayed construction and operation of the fish processing plant. The project, which saw the allocation of 13.5 hectares of land to Horizon Fisheries Private Limited 20 years ago, will only be considered complete once the plant is built and operational, thus benefiting the fishermen and the local fishery sector. President Dr. Muiz underscored the necessity of achieving a sustainable solution through a collaborative agreement between the government and Horizon Fisheries. He said that the administration is committed to ensuring the land plot is utilized in a manner that is most beneficial for the island and its community. The President also unveiled plans to allocate an uninhabited island under the jurisdiction of Hodaddu to its residents, thereby enabling them to benefit from the tourism sector. He revealed that this initiative is currently under discussion with the Attorney General. President Dr. Muizzu also announced budget allocations for housing projects in Hodaddu and Madaveli, a road construction project in Hodaddu, to be executed within the next 2 years, and plans to extend the healthcare services to 24 hours. He also highlighted ongoing efforts to enhance the education sector on the island.
An agreement to install an ATM in Hodaddu was signed during a community meeting attended by President Dr. Mohammad Muizzu as part of his 3-day tour of the atoll.
The agreement to install an ATM in Hodaddu was established between the Bank of Maldives and the Hodaddu Island Council. Representing BML, Chief Business Officer Musa Nimal signed the agreement, while the Council President Hussein Warish signed on behalf of the local council. As part of the agreement, the local island council will develop the building that will house the new ATM. This initiative is part of the administration's commitment to establish ATMs on all inhabited islands by the end of the year, with a particular focus on those currently lacking such services. BML, which currently operates over 150 ATMs across 90 islands, plans to install ATMs on an additional 17 islands by March of this year.
President Dr. Mohammad Muizzu on Monday pledged to roll out key projects in Nadala, Gaf Dal Atoll this year and address the primary concerns of its residents. During his visit to the island on Monday, the Nadala Island Council shared the long-standing concern of its residents with the President. One of the most crucial concerns raised by the Council is the issues surrounding the island's harbour. Addressing the residents after the meeting with the Council, President Muizzu announced that a contractor will be hired to build the new harbour on the island this month. The President stated that the current Nadala harbour has not met the demands of the island's development since 2008. He emphasized that the design of the new harbour will address the challenges of erosion and swell surging on the island. The President also announced plans to build a new mosque in Nadala and acknowledged the challenges locals face regarding limited space at the school and healthcare centre. He stated that this year will mark the beginning of efforts to address the concerns of the island's youth. These initiatives will include the development of a football field, a futsal court, a volleyball court, and a youth centre. He also assured that Nadala would not remain the only island in Gaf Dal Atoll without police services, adding that Nadala will also receive the necessary police services to meet the needs of its population. The President assured that the government would work diligently to address the concerns raised by the Island Council. An agreement to install an ATM in Nadala Gaf Dal Atoll has also been signed during a ceremony meeting attended by President Dr. Mohammad Muizzu as part of his 3-day tour of Hod Atoll. During the President's visit to the island on Monday, the agreement was signed between Bank of Maldives, BML and the Nadala Island Council. BML's Chief Business Officer Musa Nimal signed the agreement on behalf of the bank, while Council President Muhammad Anshaw signed the agreement on behalf of the Council. The agreement mandates the Island Council to develop the building that will house the new ATM. In addition to Nadala, the agreement to establish an ATM Hodaddu was also signed earlier Monday with President Muizzu in attendance. This initiative is part of the administration's commitment to establish ATMs on all inhabited islands by the end of the year, with a particular focus on those currently lacking such services. BML, which currently operates over 150 ATMs across 90 islands, plans to install ATMs on an additional 17 islands by March of this year. Minister of Fisheries and Ocean Resources Ahmad Shyam says that the project to increase the capacity of the Kudu Fisheries Complex will commence in the near future. Lucky Global Projects Private Limited was awarded the project in November last year, which will be funded by the Saudi Fund for Development. Speaking to PSM News, Minister Shyam, who is part of the high-level delegation accompanying President Dr. Mohammad Muiz on his 3-day tour of 9 islands of Hod Atoll, the minister said that the president has been fulfilling his presidential pledges to local fishermen since taking office. He highlighted, as the president promised, local fishermen are receiving payments within 48 hours of selling their catch to the state-owned fisheries firm. Additionally, he said that the president has been listening closely to the concerns raised by local fishermen and working hard to find solutions to them. Pointing out that Hod Atoll is renowned for boasting a large fishing community, the minister alluded to large-scale plans made by this administration to enhance the country's fisheries industry, which he said includes the project to increase Kudu's capacity. The $6.6 million project is set to be completed within 365 days and aims to increase the cold storage capacity by 4,000 tons and enhance the power infrastructure in Kudu. Currently, Kudu has a 2,000-ton cold storage facility, and the new project will raise the total capacity to 6,000 metric tons with further plans for expansion. Maldives' total cold storage capacity currently stands at 8,500 tons. However, President Muiz has pledged to triple that capacity within his term of office. The expansion of cold storage capacity is expected to improve fish pricing in the Maldives, as currently 65% of the country's catch is exported raw due to the inadequate storage facilities. After a couple of years of being a hot topic at CES in Las Vegas, Sony's Afeela A1 EV is now open for reservations. The Afeela A1, Sony's first electric vehicle, was developed in partnership with Honda. It was first introduced to CES attendees in 2023. Sony executives announced that the car is now available for pre-order, with prices starting at $89,900 for the base Origin trim and $102,900 for the premium Signature trim.
At last, Afeela 1 is ready for reservation. This product will be offered at the starting price of $89,900 for the Origin trim and $102,900 for the Signature trim. Both include a 3-year complimentary subscription to certain functionality and features. Finally, we are accepting reservations after this press conference.
Both versions came with a 3-year complimentary subscription to Sony's advanced in-car connectivity and entertainment features, including driver assistance systems. Sony also announced a new anime series based on the popular Ghost of Tsushima PlayStation game. In a collaboration between Aniplex and Crunchyroll, the series will bring the game's storyline to the screen. Rahul Purini, president of Crunchyroll, expressed excitement about the project, emphasizing the connection between gaming and anime fan bases.
Games and anime share a special place together for fans. So I'm pleased to announce that Crunchyroll and Aniplex will also develop an anime television series based on the wildly popular PlayStation game Ghost of Tsushima.
The company also introduced XYN, a new 3D CG production tool aimed at simplifying the creation of immersive content. The solution uses Sony's mirrorless cameras to capture real-world objects and transform them into high-quality 3D assets. CES 2025, formerly known as the Consumer Electronics Show, runs from January 7th to 10th and is used to debut products ranging from new automotive technology to quick gadgets, as well as showing new ways to use artificial intelligence. United States Secretary of State Antony Blinken meets Japanese Prime Minister Shigeru Ishiba during his final visit to Japan as the U.S. top diplomat. Just after the meeting with the Japanese Prime Minister Shigeru Ishiba during his final visit to Japan as the U.S. top diplomat, outgoing U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken praised the U.S.-Japan's security pact. He stated that he had confidence that both countries would continue to lead the way in cooperation for many years to come.
And I think as we look at the last 4 years, we've seen an alliance, a partnership, a friendship that's grown stronger than it's ever been before. If you look at what we've done together on strengthening our security partnership relationship, modernizing our command and control, working together on defense co-production so that we can strengthen our defense industrial base and have an even stronger deterrent. Remarkable steps just in these last few years.
He did not take questions nor comment on his meeting with Ishiba.
We see in these and so many other ways Japan and the United States at the heart of critical partnerships and networks that are tackling issues that are making a big difference in the lives of our citizens. And of course, we've also seen together that increasingly security around the world is indivisible. When Russia committed its aggression against Ukraine in 2022, one of the first countries to stand up strongly for Ukraine was Japan.
Possibly complicating Blinken's final visit is a recent missile launch by North Korea on Monday and Biden's decision to block Nippon Steel's $14.9 billion bid for U.S. steel.
Because we're living at a time where there's a greater premium than ever before in like-minded countries finding ways to work together, to coordinate, to cooperate, to communicate. Japan, the United States are leading the way, and I have great confidence that that will continue for many, many years to come.
Business lobbies in both Japan and U.S. pushed hard for the merger, backing the arguments with warnings about the effect on the vital U.S.-Japan relationship. Local favorite Yazid Al-Raji won the 48-hour second stage of the Dakar Rally in Saudi Arabia despite a penalty for speeding as South African Henk Lategan took the overall lead for the factory Toyota team. Al-Raji, driving a non-works overdrive racing Toyota, finished the 967 kilometers stage 4 minutes and 16 seconds clear of Lategan, with Qatar's Nasser Al-Attiyah third for Dacia. The Saudi was given a 2-minute penalty after the finish of the 2-day stage, and 5 times Dakar winner Al-Attiyah 4 minutes for exceeding speed limits in the desert. That left Lategan and co-driver Brett Cummings, a winner of Friday's prologue to the 2-week event, 4 minutes and 45 seconds clear of Al-Raji. Australian Toby Price and Britain's Sam Sunderland, both double winners in the motorcycle category and now teammates on 4 wheels, moved up to 4th overall with overdrive racing. 9 times World Rally champion Sebastian Loeb staged an impressive recovery from lost time due to engine fan problems on Sunday and was in 6th place for Dacia and nearly 19 minutes of the lead. Defending champion Carlos Sainz, who won the Audi last year and had hoped to be chasing a 5th title with a 5th different manufacturer, was an hour and a half behind Lategan after the 62-year-old flipped his Ford Raptor in the dunes on Sunday. In the motorcycle category, Australian Daniel Sanders took his 3rd consecutive stage win to take a 12.5-minute lead over American Skylar Hobbs, with Botswana's Ross Branch 3rd. Defending champion Ricky Brabke of the United States was in 5th place, 15 minutes behind Sanders. AI to better train robots and cars, as well as new gaming chips, dominated NVIDIA CEO Jensen Huang's keynote speech at the CES 2025 conference as the world's 2nd most valuable firm expounded upon its potential to expand its business.
Top names in tech are gathering in Las Vegas for one of the industry's biggest events. The CES trade show brings together manufacturers, suppliers and analysts from across the technology world. This year it kicked off with a keynote speech from NVIDIA boss Jensen Huang. He unveiled a new system for training robots and self-driving cars at a much lower cost.
The ChatGPT moment for general robotics is just around the corner.
Huang also revealed new chips designed to give video games movie-like graphics. They also feature AI technology that will help game developers create more realistic human faces. But the Tech Fest takes place this year under a looming shadow. In less than 2 weeks, Donald Trump will be sworn in as president, and he's promised sweeping tariffs on imports, particularly from China. Gary Shapiro is head of the Consumer Technology Association, the CES show organizer. He says protectionism doesn't help anyone.
It hurts American companies, it hurts the American stock market, it hurts the retirement plans, the 401ks, the IRAs, and I know President Trump cares about all of that. So while tariffs are a negotiating tool for him, and we'll have some difficult, even terrorizing moments for the business community and American consumers, I think ultimately President Trump will do the right thing.
However, Trump this week denied reports that he could scale back tariff plans, calling it more fake news. That's sure to see the firms gathered in Las Vegas asked whether they plan to change suppliers or move production. Trump has also vowed to end government support for sales of electric vehicles, nowadays a big focus for the tech sector. Updates on self-driving systems are expected at the show from firms including Toyota. In his keynote address, Huang said the Japanese auto giant would be buying chips from his firm to power driver assistance features. AI is also likely to remain a buzzword at the event, with the tech set to power everything from companion robots to immersive VR headsets. The CES show will run until January 10th.
That's it for now. Thank you for watching. Have a pleasant day ahead. Bye-bye.
PSM ಗೆ ಟಿವಿ ಚಾನೆಲ್ ತಕ ರೇಡಿಯೋ ಚಾನೆಲ್ ತ ಮಿಹಾರು PSM Air ಅಪ್ಲಿಕೇಶನ್ ತಿಯ ಬೇಫ್ರುನ್ನ ಹಿಲೆ ಬಲಾಲೆವೇಣ ಅದಿ ಅಡುವ ಹಾಲೆವೇಣ ದುನಿಯೆಗೆ ಕೊಮ್ಮೆ ತಾಗು ಹುರೆಗೆನ್ ಕೊಮ್ಮೆ ಗಡಿಯ PSM ಗೆ ಚಾನೆಲ್ ತ ಬಲಾಲುಮ ಅವಹ PSM Air app ಡೌನ್ಲೋಡ್ ಕುರವ್ವ ಮಿಹಾರು ಆಪ್ ಸ್ಟೋರ್ ಉನ್ನ Google Play Store ಇನ್ವೆಸ್ ಮಿ app ಡೌನ್ಲೋಡ್ ಕೊಲ್ಲೆವೇಣ
ತಿಮಾಗೆ ದಾರಿಫುಳು ಹಾಲತ್ಗೆ ಶಿಕಾರಕವ್ಯನು ದೆವ್ವ ಮೀ ಇಸುಫುಲಂಚೆ ಹೇವಾಗುದು
ವಿಫದ ಹಾಲತ್ತವ ಕುಡಕುದಿ ಅಹರುಮಿಗೆ ಎಹಿತಿರ್ಕಂ ಬೇನುವೆ
ನಿಮಿಗೆನ್ ದಾಯರು ಎಕಿ ದಾಯರಾತಕು ರಾಜ್ಯಗೆ ಮಶ್ರಹುಗಾವಿಸ್ ಎತಕ್ ಕಮೆ ಹಿಂಗಾಗೆಂದೆ
ಮಿತನ್ ದಿವಲಪ್ಪೆಗೆನ್ ದಾಣಿ ಗೆದೊರುಗೆ ಮನ್ಸಿದಕ ವಜೀಫಾಗೆ ಮನ್ಸಿದಕ ವೆಗೆನ್
ಕಾನೂನುಗ ಬುಣಾಗೊತ್ತುಂ ವಿಯ ಮಿಹಾರ್ ತಿಬ್ಬೆವಿ ಕೌನ್ಸಿಲರುನ್ನ ಎದವರು ಫುರಿಹಮು ಕುರಂ
ಮಿಯದ್ ಪ್ರೈವೇಟ್ ಸೆಕ್ಟರ್ ಕನ್ನೆ ಫನ್ಸ್ವಿಸ್ ರುಫಿಯಾ ಮಸ್ಕನವೇಕ
ಮಿಹಾರ್ ತಿಬಿ ಹುರಿಹಾಯಮನ್ನ ಗೊತ್ತಿ ದೀಗೆನ್ ತೆಂಗ್ ಅಂಗುರಾಲೆಗ ತಿಬ್ಬೆಕ ನೋಣ್ಣನ
ಮಿ